PBL School-Wide Framework, a step-by-step guide for principals and superintendents. Are you tired of the quick-fix educational initiatives that fizzle out before any real change happens? The revolving door of education? Imagine a school where learners are engaged, your staff is energized, and the work they do every single day feels like it matters, like it's meaningful. If you're a principal or a superintendent looking for a roadmap to implement project-based learning, school-wide or district-wide, this is it. I'm Ryan Stoyer from Magnify Learning, and in this video, I'll walk you through a clear step-by-step framework to launch and grow PBL culture in your school or your district. It's going to be both sustainable and impactful because every educational leader should know these 5 steps of sustainable implementation. In this video, we're going to focus on the leadership side of implementation. There are 5 steps. Step 1, define the why. Build buy-in from the start, because every successful school transformation starts with a compelling why. Now, it can't end there. It's not as simple as post-it notes on a why about your why, but it does have to start there with the why. That's our foundation. So why PBL? Why now? Because it empowers learners. It shifts your culture from passive compliance to active engagement. And that's your staff, not just the kids. It's not just about doing projects. It's about solving real-world problems, building future-ready skills, and developing lifelong learners. I don't recommend this starting with why just because Simon Sinek says to start with why. Over the last 15 years, we've developed leadership team design days. This is exactly where we begin. It's with a shared purpose, and we see teams gel right at this point every single time. Your leadership team collaborates to define a vision that both excites and motivates and guides all the next steps. And here's the key, is your teachers and your community must be part of this vision. When they see themselves in the story, that's when the buy-in really starts to happen. So step 1 is that foundation of a strong, clear why. Step 2, you're going to design a customized 3-year implementation plan. Why 3 years, Ryan? Well, because 5 is kind of hard to see. With a district, you might have to do 5. If you do 10, nobody believes we're going to get there. They can't usually see that far ahead, even if you're the visionary that can. So 3 years for a school, 5 for a district, but something that people can really see. They can really map it out and understand where we're at and where we're going to go and what that time frame and the supports will look like. So our schools don't build a school-wide PBL culture by just handing out a checklist. They've got a combination of a passionate vision with a solid plan. That's why our school leadership teams co-create this 3-year plan. So it's tailored to your school, your district's very unique DNA. If you just bring a template that worked over here to your school or your district, it will fall flat. You have to know what your unique DNA is. Your mission and vision and values. Have they always been there? Are they outdated? Are they just on a shelf and nobody actually knows them? You might need to start there. Once you have those, this 3-year plan is how you actually bring those things to life. How do you bring these things that we know are true about education? How are you actually going to do them? So think about your learners. You think about schedules, evaluations, the resources that you have or don't have, the community partners that you have in your area. And don't focus too much on what you don't have. Look at the asset side of this. What are the positives that you have going for you in your school or your district? There are a lot of things in your community that you can really bring into this process. So what does this 3-year plan look like if you've never done it before? Let me tell you how our partner schools create a 3-year plan if they've never done this before. First step, go visit a model PBL school. Watch classrooms in action. Talk to the teachers. Talk to the students. Talk to the administrators. Start to feel what it could look like. Launching this vision is more than just, like I said, it's more than a checklist. You're inspiring. You're leading. You're not just managing a process. And once they have that experience becomes home base. When our partners visit a PBL model school, they go and see those things. They hear from the people that are in the work. But then they come back. They've got this home-based classroom. and they start to debrief. They start to dream. They start to design what their 3-year plan can look like for their school. They're going to accordion into classrooms and then right back to their home base. Out, in, out, in. Go ask great questions. How do we apply that to our work? Go see it in action. How do we apply that to our work? The whole time, they're getting coaching from a PBL certified facilitator who's walked this path before. So what's the result? The result is a focused plan that answers a lot of your questions. What's our rollout strategy? How do we train our staff? What changes do we need to make in grading or scheduling or school culture? Because this PBL model school has done that work, you're asking them all these questions that you have. And yes, they walk away with a complete, documented 3-year vision ready to launch back at their school. All right, we've got 5 steps. Number 3, leadership coaching. It's your secret weapon for follow-through. Because let's talk about reality. Plans are great, but implementation is where the magic and the new hurdles happen. Right? There are some things you're not going to anticipate, but it's the implementation that we want to get right. That's why, for us at Magnify Learning, we support our partners at the leadership level during implementation, not just the teachers. It's the monthly leadership coaching where we walk alongside schools that are Title I schools. They're doing CTE, they're STEM or STEAM schools, or maybe it's a full district implementation. There are some common pitfalls that we see as we've been doing this work for over 15 years. So we're going to help schools navigate those at the leadership level. We're going to help you stay focused on their 3-year plan. We solve challenges like teacher resistance, onboarding new staff, aligning with your district's initiatives. We've seen all of this play out before, so we can help walk alongside some of our partners. The support, however you do this, the support is essential because you really only get one shot at something like this. Right? The research shows us that only 11% of principals stay in their position at one school for 10 years or more. That means that a 3-year implementation plan at your current school really only gets one shot to work and be sustainable. You're going to take a couple years to listen, get things in place, you're going to implement, and then you want to ride that out. And then you're going to leave. You might leave before you even get it in place. That's where we get the revolving door. Let's get started. Yes, listen with empathy, but do it quicker. Do it in 6 months and then start creating action off of that. Because you might go to a position at another school or maybe central office. That's fine. That's great. But this type of work is your legacy. You want to have someone walking alongside you who's done hundreds of these implementations to help you problem solve. You don't want to hit every problem blindside. Quick aside, if you're finding this roadmap helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the video reach other passionate school leaders just like you who are ready for real change. All right, step 4, deepen your PBL practice in year 2. In our partner's 2nd year, the goal is to deepen, not just expand. Through our deeper practice leadership workshops, your team reflects on year 1 with roses, thorns, and buds. What worked? That's the roses. What stalled or is an area of growth? That's your thorns. Where's the untapped potential? That's the buds. We help you avoid the standard dip in rigor or the dip in momentum that can happen in year 2. We deny the dip. It does not have to happen. We've seen it again and again where the dip does not happen. So do not accept a dip. When I was implementing PBL in a school within a school format, it was a urban middle school, 75% free and reduced lunch, 951 kids, 7th and 8th grade, and we were told that there would be a dip in scores and engagement as we started. So from day 1, we just rejected this idea. Our team did not accept that. Instead, what we saw in year 1 was attendance go up 1.5%, 8% of the discipline with 25% of the students, and in the F school, we would have been a B on standardized testing. All in the first year. Deny the dip. Don't let your team buy into the dip. If you expect a dip, you'll get a dip. Don't do it. Schools then, they update their 3-year plan in year 2 based on real data and experience, and you build it out. Because now you can look 3 years out again, right? So you keep looking 3 years out, 5 years out. Don't go 10, don't go 1. You're going to zoom in on 1, but always be looking at 3. Always be casting the vision. As you're building this out, you're going to start creating clear onboarding systems for your new staff. You're going to have PBL certified teachers in your building, in your district. You're going to have PBL coaches that can lead PD in-house, that can train, that can develop evaluation systems. All these things you want to start building your own leadership capacity for. You want to have some kind of structure for peer collaboration so that principals are talking to principals, teachers are talking to teachers. You want to plan to highlight and expand the bright spots. Whoever does social media in your district, this is their new job, is where is PBL happening? How can we focus on it so it grows? Because we get what's celebrated. What's celebrated gets repeated. Last step, step 5, year 3, sustainability and internal capacity building. This is where it really gets exciting. In year 3, your focus shifts to sustainability. Now that means that we're not just learning something new, we're not deepening our practice, we're saying, how do we keep this going? You've been talking about it the whole time, but now you're going to build out these systems if you haven't already. You're creating a system for certifying and developing internal PBL certified teachers and coaches. You're building a school culture that values innovation, risk-taking, reflection. You're establishing a clear succession plan so that the PBL culture lives beyond any one leader or initiative or coach. Our partners use the Magnify Learning Model School rubric. They use it to assess where their school's at and where they need to grow next. You go from foundation to developed to integrated and finally to sustainable. And when you look at that rubric, we'll put a link in the description, you can see where you're at right now and what it's going to take to get there. Let's take the first step. What's your call to action? See if your school or your district is ready to start your own customized PBL movement. If you go to pblscore.com, if you're a principal, you get one set of 15 questions. If you're a superintendent, you get a separate set of 15 questions. And they're customized. You get a PBL readiness score that is customized to the answers you input into the system. The system's a proven system that's been built over 15 years. You leave with key insights that are customized to you, resources, and next steps.